to Yoga with Sina. If you're looking to de-stress, feel great, release tension, stretch and move your body a little bit, please join me for this sequence to leave you feeling great afterwards. We're going to start in wide-legged child's pose, and I suggest if you have 2 blocks, one would be perfect, but if you have 2, go ahead and grab 2 and have them ready at the front of your mat. And then we're going to begin in a wide-legged child's pose, having the big toes together to touch the knees as wide as your mat, and then releasing your forehead down to the mat. All right, let's get started. Come into your child's pose, reach your fingertips forward, and then release your forehead down as much as possible towards the mat. Drop your shoulders. Keep your big toes grounding towards the floor with a little bit of pressure applied here. And then just drop your head a little bit side to side, giving your forehead just a gentle massage here. Taking breaths in and out of your nose. Breathing in new energy with every inhalation. Exhaling, releasing the old, the unneeded with every exhalation. Taking 3 more breaths here. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. You might want to come up on your fingertips, lift your elbows. Keep the shoulders drawing back to the hips, just elongating. Finding a nicer, deeper stretch through your upper back here. On your exhale, let your hips sink heavy towards your heels. 1 more breath. Exhaling out, letting go, releasing anything that we no longer need, that no longer serves us. Bring your hands back next to your face and then gently applying pressure to your hands, lift your body up. You can keep your knees as they are, rock onto your knees, and then placing your left hand underneath your head. Inhaling, reaching the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling here. Circling the wrist for a little bit of a wrist relief here. And on your exhale, threading your right arm underneath your left all the way over, reaching to the other side of the mat. Releasing the right shoulder and right ear down. Left hand is next to your face. Good. Now here on an inhale, see if you can reach your left hand a little bit more forward as you find a deeper stretch here in the back and top of your right shoulder. If this is enough, just stay here. Maybe you want to turn your forehead down towards the floor, creating an even deeper stretching sensations in your shoulders. Try to keep your hips bumping over to the right here. Palm of the right hand is facing up. 1 more breath. On your exhale, slide your left hand back next to your face. Press into your hand, inhaling, reaching the right arm up once more, opening your chest, and exhaling, replacing. Right hand comes underneath your face. Inhale, reaching the left arm all the way up. Find some movement into your left wrist here. And on your exhale, threading your left arm all the way over to the right side, palm faces up. Left ear and left shoulder finds the mat here. Now maybe this is already enough, just stay here if you can. Reach your right fingertips forward. That's it, finding a nice deep stretch in the top and the back of your left shoulder this time. If you want to go deeper, turn your forehead down towards the floor. And take 2 more full breaths here. Tops of the toes are still pressing down, and the hips are gently bumping over to the left side. Take another breath in here. On your exhale, slide your right hand by your face, push into your right hand, inhaling, reaching the left arm all the way up. And on your exhale, set it down. Both hands are underneath your shoulders, and then go ahead, bring the knees in line with your hands. Toes are facing back. We're just gonna align our spine here a little bit with 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling, lifting your chest, and exhaling, rounding your spine here. Once more, inhale, lifting the gaze and the tailbone, shoulders drawing back. On your exhale, chin to chest, pressing everything that touches the earth firmly away from you. Inhale, find neutral tabletop position, and then go ahead and come down onto your forearms and slide your right leg and your left leg all the way back so that your belly can meet the mat here. Now we want to stretch the front side of our shoulders. So this time the palms stay facing down. First, we're going to reach the right hand forward, and then the left hand reaches all the way to the outside of the right mat. Now here you want to take the right hand and crawl it as much as possible away to the left side. So kind of crisscrossing your arms here. So the right arm is in front, left arm is behind your right arm. Now imagine you could press your palms down and pull the earth towards you. So both hands are pulling inward towards your midline. Lengthen your spine, release your neck, move it a little bit side to side, and on your exhale, just go ahead and bring your chin to the front of your right biceps, right arm. Taking 2 breaths in and out of your nose here, releasing your neck, finding length and a stretch in your shoulders. One last breath here. And slowly lift your head up, release out of this pose, and we're going to switch over to the other side. So stretch your left arm out, right arm reaches over to the left side, and then reach your left arm over to the right side. And same motion here again, so drawing the palms towards each other and pressing them down into the floor, elongating your upper spine and moving your neck freely. Make sure your neck is moving freely. Exhale, dropping your head, chin can come to the front of your left arm, upper arm now. Taking 2 breaths in and out of your nose here. Be careful that your lower back is nice and long. Gently drawing the navel up to the spine. Exhaling here. And slowly releasing the arms. Bring both hands next to your chest, underneath your shoulder blades, and then actively roll your shoulder back and up, and imagine your elbows on the insides had magnets that could touch towards each other. You can release the forehead down to the floor for now. Make sure your tops of the toes are pointing back parallel to each other. Draw your navel to your spine and elongate your lower back so the tailbone is drawing to the heels. Elbows are still drawing in towards each other, and on your inhale, gently lift your chest, your gaze all the way up so you're looking diagonally forward. Keep pressing the toes into the mat, and on your exhale, release. Forehead comes down to the mat. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting the chest, lifting the head, lifting the chin, pressing down through the tops of the toes, navel draws to the spine, lower back is nice and long, elbows together, and then here, see if you can now hover your hands off the mat. Take a nice breath in through the nose, and full exhale out, palms come back down, forehead back to the mat. Inhaling again, drawing the shoulders back, rolling them back and down. Inhaling, lifting the head and the chest. Draw the navel to the spine, long in the lower back, and see if you can lift a little bit higher. Shoulders away from the ears here. elbows are still clinging in towards each other. Great. Make sure the lower back stays nice and long. On your next exhale, look over your right shoulder, maybe back to the right toes. Inhale to center. Exhale all the way over to the left shoulder, over the left shoulder to the back of the left toes. Inhale back to center, and exhale. Release your forehead all the way down. Reach your hands back alongside your body and sway your hips a little bit side to side here. Hands come back next to your next to your chest, underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, and then press up onto your knees and into your downward facing dog. Setting up your hands nice and wide here, clawing down through your fingertips. Just pedaling your downward facing dog here, finding some ease in the pose, as well as steadiness. Releasing the neck. Arms are rotating outwards. Keep your right heel now down towards the floor as much as possible. Push your chest back. Bend your left knee as much as you can. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. One more deep breath in through the nose here. Exhale, finding extension in your upper back. Switching sides, pressing down through the left heel as much as possible. Bend into your right leg. Inhale, finding length in your spine. Exhale, push your chest back. Shoulders are rotating outwards. And we're keeping that nice distance between the ears and the shoulders. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, begin to walk your feet all the way forward into your forward fold. Keep your feet hip width distance. Bend the knees generously here. See if your ribcage can connect to your thighs. And then just hang your head loose here. Maybe interlocking your hands in the back of your neck. Finding a little bit of a stretch here in your upper body. Breathing in and out of your nose. And then holding onto the outside edges of your elbows, maybe straightening a little bit out of the knees. Sway gently side to side here with your upper body. Really decompressing any stress we hold in our lower back. One more breath here. Releasing the hands down next to your feet. Bend again generously into your both knees. And then step your left leg long back. Releasing the left knee down to the floor. Now if you have two blocks, this might be a good opportunity to place them to the outsides of your mat so you have them ready for the next poses. If you feel, you can untuck the back of the toes here if that's alright for your knee. If you feel the earth is too far away and you're really rounding in the upper spine, please go ahead already and take the blocks and just lift the earth up a little bit to you so that you can draw the shoulders back from the ears and then find that length all the way from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Now here we want to make sure we use our strength we have in the legs to really give us a nice strong foundation. So pulling the right heel back, the right hip back, pressing the heel down and towards the back of the mat, and then drawing the left top of the foot forward, so kind of scissoring the legs towards each other. Now you can stay here if you're okay in your lower back. Reach your arms out to the side and reach them all the way up, finding length here in your front body. Now remember, as we did in the cobra pose, flat on the floor, on the belly, you want to keep the navel drawing into the spine and elongating the lower back. Your fingertips here can turn backwards, so your pinkies are reaching back, trying to find a little bit of opening here in your shoulders. Dropping the shoulders away on your exhale from the ears, reaching up a little bit. Now careful, you don't want to drop your head all the way back. just keep it in line with your spine. So maybe just gazing diagonally forward and a little bit upward. One more breath here. And on your exhale, finding connection with your block or your mat. Tuck the back toes under and just slide your back knee a little bit more back as you begin to extend the front leg. You can slide your blocks here so that they are underneath your shoulders. Untuck the back toes again. And then pull your right hip crease back. So you can even take your fingers and kind of rotate your hip, your right hip a little bit more back. Careful with your right foot. You want to keep it flexed. And you don't want to have the leg rotating inwards or outwards. So really finding a nice long line. Maybe the kneecap contracts here a little bit so that you can feel that engagement in the front of your leg. Pulling the right toes up to your face and keep the right hip pulling back, the left hip pushing forward. Now you can stay here, or if you're a little bit more flexible, maybe your hands are coming a little bit more forward, dropping the head towards the right leg. Wherever you are, let's stay for 2 breaths. Keep flexing the right foot here, breathing in and out of your nose. One more deep breath in. Complete exhale out. If your hands are out to the front, come back with them underneath your shoulders and then begin to bend into the front knee again. Releasing your blocks to the side and then walking your right foot to the right edge of your mat. The toes are gently spilling off the mat here. The heel stays on the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the back toes under, lift the back knee off the mat and gently begin moving forward and back here, finding some stretch in the front left hip crease. Creating a little bit of space here. Good. One more deep breath in through the nose. Full out of the nose. And then exhaling, releasing the left knee down again. Untucking the toes and then bring your left hand more towards the center of the mat. Come onto the blade of your right foot and drop your right knee out. Right hand connects to the inside of the right knee. And if you don't have any knee injuries or lower back injuries, you might want to see if you can twist a little bit with your right shoulder to the back here and then pushing your right hand against your knee, finding some deep opening in the front of the left hip as well as the outside of the right hip. So sinking deep into your left hip crease here. That's it. One deep breath in. On your exhale, maybe twisting a little bit open towards the back of your mat with the right shoulder. One more breath. And exhaling, slowly coming back with your hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your back toe under, lift your back knee, and then step back into your downward facing dog with your right leg. Good. Pedal your feet out again here. And I don't know how you feel, but I can definitely feel a significance of difference between your right, or my right and my left leg. Now pedal your feet out, just 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead, come onto your toes, shift your weight forward and step your left leg up towards the front of your mat. Right knee releases down onto the mat. You can set your blocks up again if you needed them. And the one side doesn't necessarily mean you need them on the other side. But if they come in handy, just use them again. Again, drawing the legs in, scissoring towards each other. Front heel pulls back, top of the right foot pulls forward. Shoulders rotate back and down towards the hips. Now engage your belly already, drawing the navel to the spine as we inhale, reaching the right and the left arm simultaneously up towards the front and towards the ceiling, rotating your palms back so that your triceps is spinning forward. We keep that nice foundation in the base, left hip is pulling back, legs are working strong here. And then keep your head again in line with your spine. 2 breaths here. Really finding that openness through the chest. Careful with your lower back. Navel is strong, drawing towards the spine. 1 last breath here. And on your exhale, hands come back down to the floor. Move your right leg, your right knee a little bit towards the back, and then slide your blocks with you so they are underneath your shoulders. Lengthen out of your left knee. Maybe untuck your toes on the right. And then find that nice engagement through the right leg here. The ball of the left toe is pushing away as the toes are flexing at the same time. So you want to push the right hip crease forward, left hip crease draws back. Engaging the front of your left leg, pulling the kneecap up. You can stay here. Work on the flexibility of your left hamstring in this position. If you want to go deeper, just walk your hands forward, folding forward. But careful here, we want to not overstress the stretch in the left hamstring. We're here to feel good. Remember, taking 2 more breaths, whichever pose you're in. And last exhale here. Hands are finding the blocks or the position underneath your shoulders again. Begin to bend into the front knee, removing the blocks to the sides, and then walk your left leg out towards the edge of your left mat again. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your right toes under this time, and then again a few gentle sways back and forth here, finding some space in your left hip crease, your right front of the hip. That's it. If you're sitting a lot during the day, this should feel quite nice to give that hip flexor a nice stretch. Good. And then releasing the right knee back down to the mat here. Come onto the blade of your left foot. Bring your right hand in just a little towards the center. Untucking the back toes. Left hand finds the inside of your right knee. And careful here again with your knee and your lower back as you begin to twist into your upper spine. Taking a nice full breath in here. Careful not to lock your right elbow. 1 more breath here. And exhaling, bringing both hands back down to the mat. And then from here we're just going to send the left leg back, coming into our tabletop position. Releasing the spine, finding some fluid movement here again. 2 cat and cow movements. Inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze and the tailbone, shoulders draw back. On your exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest, really finding space between the shoulder blades. 1 more. Inhale, lift your chest, your gaze, your tailbone, shoulders draw back. On your exhale, rounding your spine, pressing hands, toes and knees down towards the floor. And then on your next inhale, neutral tabletop position. Come into a seat. Stretch your legs out to the front. Finding Janu Shirshasana, so a forward fold with the right knee or the left knee bend. So we're going to place the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left leg. The balls of the right foot are pushing forward, and then from here we're going to bend over our left leg. So I'm just going to change so you can see it from the side. But basically we're just trying to sit up nice and tall, engaging again the front side of the left leg, so kneecap draws up and the ball of the left foot is pushing away. On your inhale, reaching the arms all the way up, sit nice and tall here, and then on your exhale, keeping a straight back as long as possible, just reaching forward. Now here your hands find wherever they can reach, Maybe they're just here, maybe you can hold your calf muscles, maybe you can hold your ankle, or maybe you can even grab your hands around your left foot. Now inhaling, finding length in the spine here again, reaching the crown of the head forward. And then on your exhale, maybe bending into your elbows, releasing the torso closer towards the left leg. Inhale, lengthening. And on your exhale, see if you can drop your head down towards your shin, your knee. Careful here with the stretch in the back of the leg again, so you want to go only with what your body is able to provide at the moment, okay? Wherever you are, take 2 deep breaths. In and out of the nose here. On your next exhale, slowly walk the hands back. Come back up with your torso. And then bend your right knee. And step your left leg to the outside of your, step your right foot to the outside of your left leg. The left leg still is engaged, balls of the left foot is pushing away. Now your right hand comes behind your back. Try and sit up nice and tall here as we inhale, reach the left arm all the way up overhead. On your exhale, twist to your right. Maybe the right elbow finds the outside of your right knee. And then on your inhale again, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, try to draw your right shoulder more towards the back. Twisting and inhaling, finding length. Keep active in the left leg. Exhaling, twisting in the upper torso. Inhale, head to center. Bring both arms up. And to counter that twist, just bring both hands to the outside of your left leg and twist to the left side for just 1 breath. Inhale, reaching back to center. Now changing legs. Straighten out your right leg. Left sole of the foot finds the inside of your right thigh. Engaging your right leg, kneecap draws up. The top of the muscles on the right leg are all engaged. On your inhale, reaching the right and the left arm up, finding length here. And on your exhale, coming forward from your pelvis. So tilting your pelvis rather than already reaching for your foot here. So trying to stay nice and long in your lower back as much as possible. Finding a release with your hands down to the floor, to your calf, your ankle, or maybe you can reach around the bottom of your right foot. And then again, inhaling, lengthening your spine, look forward, find that length, and on your exhale, coming forward and down. Keep your right foot engaged. And then remember, your right and left side are usually not the same, so don't worry if you could reach further on your other side. Just really listen to your body and go with the flow. Don't go with your ego. Go and listen with what your body is able to do. 1 more deep breath wherever you are. Slowly walk your hands back. Push yourself up. Sit up nice and tall. Right leg stays engaged as we bend the left knee and bring it over to the outside, bringing the foot over to the outside of the right leg. Now the left hand comes behind your back as the right arm reaches up. And then twisting, finding a connection of your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Taking a nice deep breath in here, right leg stays engaged. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, tailbone to crown of head. Exhaling, finding a little bit of a twist here. Keep your navel drawing to the spine to protect the lower back. 1 more breath in through the nose. Exhale out. Head comes back to center on your inhale, reaching both arms up and bring them over to the right side just for a little counter twist here. it. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Go ahead and come onto your back. Take one block to the middle of your mat, so that the feet are on the mat here. And then take the block as you lift your hips off the floor and place the block underneath your hips here. Good, really make sure your sacrum is well supported in this pose. And then from here, once more, we're going to lengthen the hip creases here, okay? So to counter any sitting that we have in the day, which is probably a lot. Now bend your left knee closer to your chest. If you can, interlace your left and right hand on top of your knee. And just see how that feels in the lower back, how that feels in your upper back, your neck. And maybe you want to circle the left ankle here a little bit. You can always opt to stay here, or you could try and slide out your right leg to see the difference of the sensation that you will receive or that you will feel in the top of your left hip crease. And I suggest you start with a block on the lowest level. Of course, if you're more advanced, you could always top the block up to any higher level that is appropriate for your practice. Okay, one more deep breath here. And then see if you can also extend your left leg out, finding that stretch in the top of both hip creases here. Let's just stay here for 2 full breaths, in and out of your nose, deep down into the belly. Exhale out, releasing tension, letting go again. Once more in through the nose. And full out of your mouth. Great. Slide your left knee in and then bend your right knee and maybe interlacing both hands again on top of the right knee this time. A few circles with your right foot. Finding a little bit of a squeeze of the right knee towards your right armpit. And if possible, extend your left leg out. You might want to flex your left foot here and pull the right knee a little bit in closer to intensify that stretch. Good, take one more breath here. And then this time keep your right knee bent. Slide your left knee in, bending both knees. And then extending both legs up towards the ceiling here, coming into a supported shoulder stand. All right, now let's just flex and point the toes. Completely relaxed here, the neck is straight, just gazing up to the ceiling or closing your eyes. Keep flexing and pointing your toes. Just engaging the blood flow in your calf muscles. That's it. Enjoying the reverse blood flow in your legs, taking off the weight of your feet. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths so you can rest and release the pointing and flexing now. Just coming into stillness for 4 more breaths. Last breath in. Exhale out. Bend your knees to your chest and then drop the feet down to the floor. Lift your hips. Move the block out of the way. Release your lower back down to the mat. Bring both knees in over your chest again and then reaching your arms to the inside of your legs, holding the outsides of your feet. Coming into happy baby pose here. Now careful, we want to draw the lower back as much as possible down towards the mat. The soles of the feet are pressing into our hands, and our hands are pulling the feet down towards the floor so that the left and the right knee are nearing the floor, closer towards your armpits and the shoulders. Taking a few breaths here, really finding some opening in the hips once more. Now you can always stay here, or maybe gripping your big toes with a peace finger grip, index finger, middle finger, and thumb around the big toes. Thumb is on top of the other two fingers. Now stay here, maybe pull the knees a little bit more down here in this pose, and then you might want to go ahead and extend your left leg out. Maybe drop it out a little bit to the left side. Shoulder and neck relaxed here, jaw is soft. Inhale, bending the knee again. On your exhale, extending the right, dropping the right leg out. Really nice deep stretch here in the back of your whole leg again. Either bringing both knees in or just extending the left leg as well. Coming into a V shape here. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice deep stretch in both hamstrings. One more breath. Open your mouth, exhale out. Bending both knees. Take the hands again to the tops of your knees, and now as we inhale, press your knees away from you. On your exhale, drop the knees out, making big circles. Inhale, knees over chest. Exhale, pushing the knees away, and just go one more round in this direction, and then changing the direction, so dropping the knees out first, pushing them away from your body, and inhaling, drawing them in over your chest again. One more circle, releasing any tension out of the lower back here, maybe rocking a little bit side to side. Just finding some ease and release in the pelvis, the glutes, and the lower back. Now drop your soles of the feet to the outside edges of the mat and let your knees just drop in towards each other. Take your right hand down below your belly button, and then your left hand onto your heart, onto the left chest. Finding a comfortable position here. Releasing your jaw, your facial muscles are soft. And then begin to find a connection to your breath. So for now, just observing the breath as you inhale and exhale. Notice how the breath enters through your nostril and how it exits again through the nostrils. 2 more rounds, just observing the breath as it enters your body, and again as it leaves the body. And now go ahead and breathe deep into your belly, and then into your chest. Exhale, dropping the belly. Chest comes back to neutral. Continue like that, breathing into the belly. Notice how your hand is lifting. Continue the same breath into your chest. Notice how that moves your left hand. Exhaling, dropping the belly, and then deflating the air out of your chest. Go for 8 more breaths in your own time. Inhale to the belly, then to the chest, and exhaling, belly deflates, chest comes back to neutral. belly, belly rises, navel rises, all the way into the chest. Exhale, belly sinks back, chest comes back to neutral. Last one. And after your exhale, return to your natural, normal breathing. Release both hands alongside your body, palms face up. If you need to cover up with a blanket here, go ahead, take that opportunity now. And pull your blanket over your body. Position yourself on the mat so that your heels and your head are resting on the mat. Let your feet flop out to the side, palms facing up. And before we rest, we're going to engage all the muscles in the body once more. So beginning with your toes, crunch your toes and really engage all the muscles in your toes. Keep that tension. Engage your calf muscles, draw your kneecaps up, engage your hamstrings, your glutes. Just adding on all the body parts, keep everything tensing. And then engage your navel, draw it down, really engaging all the muscles in your upper back, your lower back. Making your hands into fists and engaging all the muscles in your arms, in your shoulders. And then lastly, go ahead and engage every single muscle in your face. Make the ugliest face you can. Hold the tension. Squeeze a little bit more. Flex everything. A little bit more. Squeeze more, squeeze more, squeeze more. You can do it. Hold it. Open your mouth. Exhale, release. That's it. Now from here, let's come into a few moments of complete stillness. Releasing, surrendering, letting go, noticing how your body is supported by the mat underneath. Softening head to toe, eyes soft, jaw soft, shoulders soft, fingertips, belly relaxed, pelvis, legs all the way down into the toes. Everything is soft and relaxed, relaxed, relaxed. Take 3 more breaths here. On your third exhale, bringing movement back into your toes and fingertips, just gently move. And then maybe adding a little bit of a movement through your ankles and your wrists. As you inhale, reaching your arms overhead, point your toes, make yourself as long as possible. And exhaling, surrendering all your weight into the mat once more. Bring your knees to your chest, maybe massaging the lower back once more here. And then in your own time, drop everything to the right side. Come to lie on your right shoulder and your right hip. Using your hands to come up into a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together in front of your chest. Pick up the outside edges of your mouth. Put a gentle smile on your face. Radiating that smile from your inside out, and keep the energy, keep the feeling that we've created on the mat. And take that feeling off the mat into the rest of your day or your night. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Bring your palms to your forehead. Namaste. Bowing to yourself, to all of us. Honoring and seeing the light in all of you. I thank you so much for practicing with me. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you haven't done so also, go ahead and subscribe. And refer my channel to your friends and families. And please check out my other videos if you liked this sequence. I hope to practice with you again soon. Take care, and I hope you feel wonderful and great. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody.